Hi, this is a tutorial to show you around the new Thrifted Wisdom website. This is a website dedicated to giving educational resources to educators, whether that be private public school teachers, homeschool parents, or really just anyone who is in the education field. Thrifted Wisdom has two parts to it. One part is open to the public, and the other part requires a membership plan. The membership plan is just $5 a month, and you are able to cancel that at any time. There's currently a special going on that if you sign up for the $5 a month and you put in the coupon code preview, you will get the first month free. So essentially, the first month you can look around, see if this is something that would work for you or would be beneficial to you. And if you choose that it is not, then you are not out anything because the first month was free anyway. As I go through the website, I'm going to show you the parts that are open to the public and the parts that will be part of your membership plan. So on the first page, the home page, is a brief little part about what Thrifted Wisdom is. And then at the bottom of it are blog entries. There currently are only 2 blog entries there, but these will be updated throughout the month. And we also take guest bloggers also. So if you have something that you're passionate about or something that you have written about that you would like to have considered for our blog, we are interested in hearing from you and seeing about putting that onto our page. When you go to the About tab, again, tells you a little bit more about what Thrifted Wisdom is. And then at the bottom part, it explains who I am, my educational background, and why I decided to open up this company. The next part, the enrichment activities, are part of the membership plan. So the only way you will be able to see these is if you are part of the $5 a month club. Each one of these has a listing of different activities that go along with each of those subjects. And we will be adding more. As you saw, currently we have memory and critical thinking, brain teasers, reading, writing, and math. We will be adding science, social studies, and probably STEM. Amongst other topics that might come up. When we click on memory and critical thinking, it brings us to this, which has several different options for you to pick from of memory type games or critical thinking games that may be of benefit to you or the students that you work with. As we are just getting started with this website, we will be adding to and taking away from these games throughout the year. So what you see here now may be things that are different in coming months, or there may be additional things that are added to in coming months. So as you look through here, if you decide, oh, this one looks interesting, the word color game, you simply click on it here, and it will take you to the game. And this one in particular, they are asking you to read the word that is there, but you are to click the color that it is. So, for example, on this one, the word pink is there, but it's written in orange, so you would need to click orange. And this one, the word is blue, but it's yellow, so you click yellow. Blue again, but this time it's orange. Yellow, but it's blue. Green, but it's orange. So the object of this is to get through these as quickly as you can without messing up and accidentally clicking the actual name of the word rather than the color. You may have noticed when I clicked on that game that it opened up in a new window, which makes it fairly easy because then you just close that window and you're right back where you started from. Some ways that you could use these are to add these to your Google Classroom or whatever it is that you may use to give links to your students. Another way you could do this is to project these up onto your Smartboard or your Clever Touch and do these as a whole classroom type activity. When I go to the next one, it is Brain Teasers. On the Brain Teasers tab, there are links to several different websites that have brain teasers on them. So these are totally up to you how you would choose to use them. It may be that you choose to print them off and give them like on Mondays for kids to work on throughout the week. It may be that you make a bulletin board and these are on the bulletin board that are things that kids can work on if they finish their work early. This one, first one I clicked on just to show you, this is Brain Bashers. So the brain teaser for this one is updated daily. So the one for today is that I was quite bored yesterday, so I visited my local animal sanctuary. To pass the time, I counted 162 legs. This came from an equal number of beetles, spiders, and mice. Can you work out the total number of animals that I counted? So you can see this is not something that students are going to be able to answer quickly. It's going to be something that they need to think about. So this might be one that's just put on a board somewhere for them to work on if they finish early. Or maybe it's something you give them and they have 3 or 4 days to work on it to see if they can figure out the answer. In this case, there are hints and they do give you the answer, so you yourself don't have to try to figure out the answer to the brain teasers. As I said, these pop up in a new window, so you just close that window and you're right back where you started from. Again, there are several different ones here that you can pick from. Some of them are easier than others. Some of them are more like riddles, but there are lots of options here. The next one under reading and writing, very similar concept in that there are several activities listed and you just choose the one that you think would work for you or would be interesting to use. Just to give you an example, this first one is on picture prompts. When I click it, it takes me to the website Kids Think Wide. And on that website, there are numerous pictures that you can use for really any way you want to. But for example, you could show this picture here and have kids write a creative thinking story about it. Or they do give you options of things, of questions to ask kids about the picture. Like, what do you think the boy is feeling? What's he doing? There's other pictures. There's the cat here that's laying in the pool. So there's lots of options of different pictures here that you can choose from, and these change all the time. Again, in a new window, so we just click it to go out of that window, and we're right back where we started from. Math, same type of concept, all kinds of different math games down here. You click on them, they take you into a new window, and in this one, they are wanting you to try to figure out how to get the numbers 1 to 81 going in numerical order with the numbers touching. So, for example, if I go in here, so these are in blue, the numbers that they've given us. They want us to start with the number 1 and make sure the boxes connect, counting all the way to 81. So since there's a 7 and an 8 here, I would assume that we would want to go back to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if I put oops, sorry about the ad there. If I put a 1, then a 2 in the next one, that's not cooperating. There we go, 2, and then a 3, 4, 5, 6, my mouse is not cooperating with me, 6, then you can see that they go in numerical order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 9 would probably go here, then 10, then 11, then 12, then 13, then 14. But 15 isn't going to go up here because that's not going to go with 24. But 17 and 18 are down here. which would tell us that that is probably the next place that we should go to. So again, even though this is one that is done on the computer, they do have a place here where you can print this. So this could be a activity that you print off for kids to work on when they have time. Again, you just click on the window box to get rid of it, and you're back where you started from. The next part of our menu is published books. This again will be updated as we go along, because as you can see, we have 3 books that are coming in late fall of 2025, hopefully by Christmas time. These 3 books are all called the Brain Bridge Approach, but each one is a little bit different. The first one listed here is How Daily Bilateral Coordination Exercises Improve Reading Ability and Cognitive Function in Children. The second one is How That Will Boost Brain Development and School Readiness in Young Children. And the last one is actually for older adults on improving their memory and preserving their cognitive function. So each of these books will be kind of similar, and they will have brain bridge exercises in them. At the bottom of this are other books that I have already written that have been published. One is a fiction book and one is a nonfiction book, and it shows you the various ways that you can order those if you choose to. Since we're talking about the brain bridge, I'm going to skip ahead to the brain bridge exercises. This again will be in the membership part of the website, and these will be updated at the beginning of every week, but they will also be taken off after they have been on there for a month. So you will have a month to use them on here before they are deleted, with a new one coming on each week. So what brain bridge exercises are is a way to work on bilateral coordination with your students. So bilateral coordination is the ability to use both sides of your brain, both sides of your body. So an example with each side of your body doing something different. So an example could be tapping your left hand on the desk while rubbing your stomach with the other hand. That's doing 2 different things with your hand. Essentially what these are is, or why these are needed, is because research is showing that because we are in such a media-driven, video game-driven world, that a lot of our students don't get the same bilateral coordination of active play that they used to get. And this directly corresponds to their reading ability, their ability to focus in class, lots of things that have to do with academics in the classroom. So that's why these bilateral coordination activities are important. So there is only one on here at the moment, but all you will do is click on the activity. It will bring it up for you, and you can choose to download it, or you can choose to project it onto your Clever Touch. However you want to do it is fine. So on this one, what you need to do is with your left hand, you're going to always point to the arrow that's pointing to the right. And with your right hand, you're always going to point to the arrow that's going down. So you go with the first row here, and your left hand, you're going to point to this box because it's pointing to the right. And with your right hand, you're going to point to the down one at the same time. And then you're going to take both your left hand and your right hand, and you're going to move them to the second row. In this one, it would be the middle one pointing to the right. And this one, it would be the last one that's pointing down. And then you just keep going down row by row by row until you get to the bottom. So essentially, you're teaching your brain to look at the left side of the page and the right side of the page at the same time. Again, pops up in a new window, so all you'll have to do is click the X to get out of it. As I said, these will be updated, so at any given time, once we get there, there will be 4 here at a time. When I get ready to put the 5th one on, then the first one, the one that has been on there the longest, will disappear. So these are ones that you will want to download if you want to keep them. Going backwards now to the Resource Hub, this is another part that will be part of the membership plan. Again, these are in the works because this is a new website that we are just rolling out. So if any members have things that they think may be beneficial to add to this, we are more than welcome to, or would be more than willing to hear from you as to why you think these would be great additions and see if we can add them. So we have different things here. We have AI tools, technology tools, classroom tools. We have math resources, reading resources, some helpful articles. Each of these has a link. So like under classroom tools, if we click on toy theater, it takes us here, and these are all different things that are available on Toy Theater. There's more games in here, puzzles. There are different math manipulatives that you can use. There's fraction strips, all kinds of different things. And there are different areas up here at the top that you can click on for those. I don't think I mentioned, but everything that is in the enrichment activities and the resource hub is free, or at least has a free version to it. So these are not paid subscriptions that you have to get from these. At the bottom of the resource hub are video links. These are things that may be beneficial to the educator themselves, or it may be something to use with kids. So like these first parts here, who doesn't love Gary Brooks? So this is just a link to take you to his playlist. So whenever you need a little pick-me-up, you can go watch Gary Brooks. And then as we go down, there are some live streams. These are really nice to put on your smartboard. They are live streams. These ones are from the Monterey Bay Aquarium. And it's just a live stream that you put up, and the kids can watch the jellyfish floating around. They can watch what's happening with the sea otters. And then there's a link here for all of the different Monterey Bay live streams. Those aren't the only ones that are available. And then we also have some other YouTube things that, again, are free. We have Colossal Cranium, which has loads of different things on it. That comes from Peacock Kids. We have Generation Genius, and then there's a whole bunch of Can You Solve riddles that are also on here that are from TED Ed. The next part, again, has to be part of, you will need to be a member to be a part of, is the membership forum. This is where members can connect together. So this is very similar to what a Facebook page would look like, but the only people that can see this are people who are members of the site. So this isn't open to the general public to come in and see what you're posting. So all you'll do is just click in here. If there's something that you want to say, like you want to say, I'm having difficulty with finding activities to use with my 3rd grade student who is currently reading at a pre-K reading level. Does anyone have any suggestions? And you publish that on there. And then anybody else who is a member can come on here and give advice or answers to that. It also has a place where you can put photos or videos into it as well. So maybe you want to show people like, hey, I found this really cool bulletin board idea that I thought may be helpful to you to see. So this is an area where members can collaborate together to work on things. The last thing to show is the plans and membership page, which is where you'll go if you decide you want to be part of our membership. The basic plan is where you're only going to be able to see the public areas of the website, but it also signs you up for a monthly email. So if you're interested in getting that email, you can do that. Otherwise, if you just want to see the public parts, you can just come to the website whenever you want to. If you choose to be a member select, that means it's $5 a month. You get all of the access to everything that I just showed you on the website. And remember, we'll be adding things onto this continuously throughout the weeks and months. Also, member select people will receive coupons and discounts on different courses or products that we put on here throughout the year. So unlimited website access. You'll also get the email newsletter. But the big thing you'll also get is you'll be able to post on this member forum that, again, nobody else will be able to see other than other people who are members. So if this looks of interest to you and you would like to give it a try or check it out, Remember that right now you can sign in under the $5 membership and just put in the code preview, and that will take away the $5 that you would owe for the first month. And then if you choose it's not for you, then you can cancel the membership, or you can continue paying the $5 a month and get all of the new things that come on here each month. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out at contact@thriftedwisdom.com. And if you find that you really like this forum, or you think that, or this website, I'm sorry, and you think that this forum may be something that would be helpful for members of your team or members of your school, be like, hey guys, we can collaborate on here on different things. Please pass this on to them. Let them know about it. They can also use the preview coupon to get the first month free. If you have any questions, as I said, feel free to reach out, and I hope that you enjoy this website.